Hi guys, how you doing? How you doing? How was your week last week? I honestly hope that you had a very good week last week. Yeah, otherwise I did have a nice week last week. I don't know about you. So today's topic is going to be very important. As you can see from the as you can see from the title, we're going to talk about a very cardinal topic when it comes to supply and demand. And this, when you understand this, it will enhance your technical skills when it comes to supply and demand. But without talking while we're talking about that, so today I want you guys to introduce you to one of the best in the industry. I want to talk about one of the best brokers in the industry. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. Talking about Easy Forex. Okay, this is one of the brokers that has been around for a very long time. These guys started operating in 2001, and these guys are fully regulated. They've got tighter spreads, fixed and tight spreads. They have like easy and free deposit and withdrawals, no charges at all, no slippage, no hidden fees. To top it off, these guys have $30 welcome bonus, you guys. Like once you register with the link down in the description, you get $30, $35, okay? And then your first deposit, you're going to get about 30% bonus on your first deposit and 20% bonus on your second deposit. How cool is that? And you guys, you can actually trade over 260 tradable assets. There's crypto, there's indices and metals and special metals, of course. Everything is there. And top it off, they have very good customer service. I would encourage you guys to actually check them out. The link is down in the description. All right. And then also, you guys, you can actually trade Bitcoin over the weekend. How cool is that? So, you guys, the link is down in the description. And I think let's get started. And if you're new to this channel, please like the video, subscribe, please subscribe so that you don't get to miss most of this content that I produce, so that you'll be the first one to see once I upload it. And also, if you're not following us on Facebook, on Instagram, and also on our Telegram channel, the link will be in the description below. So please, let's get started. So today, as you've seen from the title, we're going to be looking at something very important when it comes to supply and demand. Like, you guys, this is one of the very important topics. Okay, once you really get this, it will be very easy for you to actually identify where price is and be able to actually look for these zones easily. Okay, and it's not very hard. Please just stick through, make sure you watch the video to the very end. So let's get started. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about the trading curve, the supply and demand trading curve. I'm not sure if you've heard about it, but just pay attention and take some notes if you will. Yeah, so let's get started. So what's this trading curve? Okay, so basically this is basically where price is currently trading in regards to the high time frame supply and demand. Like, you want to, when you open your charts, you ask yourself, where is price currently trading with regard to supply and demand? That's very easy, right? Once you open your chart, look at the chart. Where is price currently? Okay, so let's go. So this price, it can only be in these five places. Okay, you can rightly categorize categorically actually put price in five areas. These are the only areas where price can actually be. So the first one is what you call the supply zone, right? This is when looking at the trading curve, we refer to this as very high in the trading zone, in the trading curve. So price is actually very high. Number two is actually high. So very high and high in the curve. So high is actually just near supply zone, right? Then there's the intermediate one where it's actually in between supply and demand. Price is in the middle. And the fourth one is low in the trading curve. So price is not really at demand, but it's near demand, right? And then the last one is low, very low in the trading curve, meaning price is at demand zone. So those are the 5 areas where price in any given chart, whatever chart you can open right now, go to any chart. These are the things that you're going to find. So it can be very high, which is supply, high, which is near supply, intermediate, which is just in between supply and demand, and then low, which is near demand, then very low, which is price is actually where in the demand zone. Okay, so how are we going to actually divide these zones so that we can actually see them the way they were supposed to be? Like, how can you identify these levels rightly? Okay, for us to be able to do that, we need a tool that can actually help us give like, for example, the high, intermediate, and the low. Since we already know where supply and demand zones, so we need something to help us actually separate these 3 levels so that they're actually very equal like that. So what the tool that we're going to use is called I mean, it's a Fibonacci retracement tool. So what you go is, right now, what if you're looking at this chart, this screen right now, please screenshot this screen, and whatever you are seeing on this screen, go to your trading view account and look at Fibonacci retracement, go to settings and put these exact settings. Okay, so this is going to help you when it comes to drawing of this zone. So once you do that, it's going to look like this. I'll show you in a minute. So how do you draw after you've actually inserted those settings? How do you draw this zone? So you basically just draw it from the proximal of the demand zone to the distal of the supply zone. It's that simple. So where your demand zone is ending, where the demand zone is ending, right? That's where you start it from, and then you put it up to the first part of your supply zone. The first the first line, the proximal line, that line, that's how you draw it. So I'll show you in a minute how it will look. So it will divide these levels into 3 levels, which is the high, intermediate, and the low. Okay, the very high and the very low, we already know these are supply and demand. Please don't get lost. Stick with me. I hope I'm not being too fast. If I am, please, you can let me know that next time I can actually do better. So let's go. So this is how it's going to be. So what you do is you want to go to your higher time frame. I don't know what your higher time frame is. I don't know what kind of a trader you are. Okay, so go to your higher time frame. It can be daily, it can be monthly, it can be weekly, it can be your 4 hourly, it can be your 1 hour. So go to your higher time frame and draw your supply and demand zones. Right. After you've drawn those supply and demand zones, what you want to do is you look at the supply and demand. Right. This is the demand and this is my supply. This is what I'm looking at right now. So I'll be able to pull my field retracement is 2 from this level to that level, right? Giving me these 3 levels. So in this particular area, you can see that this area here is very high. This is high, this is intermediate, this is low, and this is very low. Okay, I hope we're together. So just like we've said, this is low, this is very low because it's the demand zone, and the near demand zone here, this is the low, and then this is the intermediate, this is high, which is near supply zone, and this is in between supply zone and demand zone, and then the very high is what we're referring to as the supply zone. So these are the 5 areas where price you find price at any given time. Like these are the 5 areas where you can find price at any given time in any chart that you're going to look at. Remember, you guys, supply and demand happens on every time frame, every every currency pair, and every tradable asset. Okay, you're going to find supply and demand, so it works on any time frame. So you guys can open any chart and you're going to find this. Okay, so how do we trade better using this curve? How is this curve important? So you guys pay very particular attention. Okay, very attentive, because this, when you understand this, I'm telling you, you're going to become better when it comes to trading supply and demand. You guys have been seeing, most of you guys have been seeing my chart analysis on Facebook and on Telegram. can see how spot on my charts are. It's because of the same thing. Okay, so you guys pay attention, and if you're not following me on those platforms, please do, because I post those chats on those on my Telegram and also my Facebook, even also on Instagram. So please do follow me. So the first one is, ask when ask yourself, if you look at open the chart right now and look at the chart. So when price is very high in the curve, okay, meaning we're looking at price sitting at supply zone, right? Remember, very high means supply zone, right? So if price is very high in the curve, the only thing you're going to look for is selling opportunities. You guys don't find yourself buying at supply zone. Look for selling opportunities, okay? Selling opportunities only. Look for selling opportunities, and once you have your confirmation at supply zone, sell, okay? We move on. When price is in the high of the curve, meaning it's not at supply exactly, but it's near supply, then you ask yourself these questions. Do you have some room before price reaches supply? If the answer is yes, then go to your lower time frame and intermediate time frame and then trade the valid demand zone, and your target is where your target is at the supply zone. Okay, so that's how it is. It's like that. So when price is high in the curve, you ask yourself, do you have room before price reaches supply zone? If the answer is yes, then go to your lower time frame and trade valid demand zones, and you target the supply zone, because you know that at the supply zone, that's where price is going to reverse us. Okay, so if there's no room, okay, if the answer is no, meaning there's no room, there's no enough room for you to trade, for you to buy so that price can reach at supply, meaning the only thing that you're going to be doing at that level, you sell. You look for selling opportunities, meaning you look at it, find supply zones in the lower time frames. I hope that's not confusing. When price is in the high in the curve, and you still have some room before price goes that level, you what? You look for demand zones in a lower time frame, you buy. And then when price, there's no room between where price is and supply, you look for supply zones, valid supply zones to trade. I hope that's clear. I know you guys, seeing this might not really understand. Don't worry, you're going to get back to the charts and we'll go through this together. So let's go. So when the next one is when price is very low in the curve. So when price is very low in the curve, you look for buying opportunities only. When price is very low in the curve, that simply means that price is actually at a demand zone, and you don't want to be selling at demand zone. You want to be looking for buying opportunities only. Again, when price is in the low of the curve, meaning it's not really at demand, but it's near demand. Just like the previous one, ask yourself these questions. Do I have room before price reaches the demand zone? If the answer is yes, then you go to your lower time frame and find valid supply zones to trade, and then your target is going to be before the next demand zone, because you know that at demand zone price is most likely to reverse going to the upside. Simple, right? Yeah. So again, if price is there's no enough room before price to sell, if there's no room for price to actually uh there's no room from where price is and the demand zone, then you have to buy what? Buy at the demand zone. Okay, just look for buying opportunities there. I hope that's very clear. Again, the next one is when price is in the middle. Now it's in between supply and demand. Price is now in between supply and demand. So you got two options there. So it's either you can just sit on your hands and wait for price either to come to supply zone or demand zone, or you can look to trade in the direction of the longer term trend. So price is in the middle, right? It's between supply and demand. The best thing you can do, either you can either wait until price goes to the area where you're going to be trading, either demand or supply zone, or you can actually just look for trading opportunities in the direction of the trend. So if the trend is up, you look for demand zone to trade and take price higher. And if price is going down, look for supply zones to trade and wait for price to come back to the level, then you can sell. It's that simple, you guys. I hope it's not very complicated. I know it's going to work actually make sense very soon because I'm going to go to the charts right now. So that's how simple it is. And if you've understood this, then shortly let's go to the charts and actually look at the charts, real examples of what is happening and actually how you can find this. Again, you guys, if you are finding value in our content, the least you can do for us is like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section. You guys really appreciate if you do that. I'm sure you guys are finding value in what you're providing. I have so much confidence in what I'm actually guys trying to help you with. The least you can do is help us grow. Okay, help us grow. You won't lose anything just by leaving that subscription. Leave that subscribe, like the video, and also comment if you're actually finding any value in this video. Like that, we'll grow together and we'll get to make more content because we'll get motivated. Okay, so you guys, I hope that's very clear. Like those are the 5 things that you're going to look at. So price can either be very high, which is the supply zone, high, near supply, intermediate, low, and very low. If you understand this concept, which I hope and really hope that you do, then we can go to the charts now and actually now look at these real examples and yeah, so that we actually be able to we'll be able to trade these zones very effectively. So yeah, so I'm going to really try and find these zones that we can actually trade. Yeah, so I really try and find these zones. Okay, so right now I'm on NZDJPY. I'm on NZDJPY, looking on the daily time frame, which I use as my higher time frame. Okay, so I have actually already drawn my supply and demand zones right now. As you can see, they're already in place and trades already planned already. They're already pre-planned. So I planned this trade already in readiness for next week. So if you find yourself watching these videos, are going to be very lucky because these are the trades that I actually plan to take next week. So if you are watching this video, then lucky you. Okay. So I'm looking at this is my demand zone, and I have the supply zone there, and I've got another supply zone here, right? So I've got like this the outmost high, and I've got these minor supply zones in between, and I've got 2 demand zones below it. So you guys, like just like we talked about, you ask yourself right now, where is price currently? Where is price trading from right now? I'm sure you can see where price is right now. Price is where it's at this level, right? Price is at this level, and according to our trading curve presentation we just done, what do? You go to your Fibonacci, you get your Fibonacci retracement. So this one I already have it, I already have the settings in. So just come here and just do that. Okay. So once you understand this, you won't actually even need this because you can actually tell where price is. So right now I'm going to use this supply zone and not that other one there. I'm going to use this supply zone because it's the most recent, and I'm going to use this as my demand zone, right? So I'll just put in like that. So you ask yourself, so remember, this is very low, this is low, this is intermediate and high, and that's very high. Okay? Are you with me? This is very high, this is high, intermediate, low, and very low. And where is price currently at? Price is where it's between low and very low. Actually, it's actually touching, it's actually reversed from my demand zone, meaning it's in the trading curve, which we are calling very low. So I can delete it, meaning it's no longer useful right now. Meaning when a price is in the very low zone, I'm looking only to buy. Okay, I'm going to wait for buying opportunities where at this level. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll go to my lower time frame. So I can go to my 4 hourly. Let me go to my 4 hourly time frame. I'm actually on my 4 hourly right now. What I'm going to do here, I'm just going to wait for confirmation here. Okay, as you can see, we've had a nice double bottom being formed at this level. Okay, that's a double bottom. You can just change like this. You can see that there's a nice double bottom there. Okay, so I don't know, there are a lot of confirmation you can actually use. I like using double bottoms, inverse head and shoulder pattern on demand, uh, things like morning star, pin bar formation, and yeah, and bearish engulfing, bullish engulfing patterns like that when looking to buy at demand. So here, basically, just wait for confirmation. Like with me right now, something nice was formed at this level. We have actually a falling wedge being formed here, and I'll just wait for price to break this trend line here, and also have more like a neckline this at this level, because this becomes a double bottom. Once price breaks that level, I'm in. That's my confirmation. Okay, it's that simple. Identify where price is currently at, and if price in this case price is trading from a very low zone, meaning it's at supply demand zone, meaning the only thing I'm going to look for is buying opportunities. Only. It's as simple as that. I'm going to look for buying opportunities because price is trading in my demand zone. Okay, I hope that's very clear. Let's try and find other setups. We see what we can find. Okay, that was how about GBP USD? All right, let me see. Let's look at how about AUD JPY. AUD JPY, I think we're probably going to have a similar incidents. Remember, let's go to the high time frame. Always remember, do multiple time frame analysis. Always remember to do multiple time frame analysis. Never just trade because you want to trade. Always remember to do multiple time frame analysis, you guys. So this is my daily, and what am I doing? You just simply ask yourself, where is price currently? Okay, so I've got more, you guys can see I have multiple levels here. So this is my supply zone, this is my demand zone and demand zone. So you guys, in this case, I'm going to use the same one where price is currently at. I'm going to use this one as my demand zone, and what I'll do, I'll get my Fibonacci retracement tool and I'll draw it like that. So from the this is my distal then to the proximal. So from this level to that level there. Okay. So from proximal to distal. Okay. This is proximal, which is nearer to me. Proximal is near, and then distal is far, the one which is away from you. So this is my proximal, and that's the distal area there. Okay. Um, like that. And then what you're going to find is you ask yourself, where is price currently trading from? Again, this is very low, low, intermediate, and what? High and very high. Simple as that. As simple as that. Okay, and what do you do? Okay, we know that when price is testing in the demand zone, when you want to look for what? Buying opportunities, because price is already, and as you can see from this level, you actually, when you go to the lower time frame, you actually see that price was actually already reversing from here. So we know that price is already in our very low zone, and we already know that in that level, we only look for what? Buying opportunities. As simple as that. So if you can actually look, let me go to my lower time frame and I show you something. You actually realize that price reacted massively and gave us a nice reversal pattern in our demand zone. That's already a confirmation that the price is most likely going to respect that level. Okay, if I zoom out like this, you're going to realize that price is already in our demand zone, and yeah, the only thing that you're going to do is just wait for confirmation before you can actually take a trade. It's already in our demand zone there. and already it's like, yeah, they're forming similar patterns. It's also a falling wedge, and we had a nice rejection of this level. Of course, just wait for price to break this trend line and that level there. Once price does that, it will give us a nice confirmation, because we already know that price is most likely going to reverse in our from our demand zones. Of course, like just like always, never trade these levels blindly. No matter how confident you think your setup is, never trade these levels blindly, because price can just break out of this level. So always make sure you always remember that. Look for your confirmation, and once you find that confirmation, don't hesitate to take a trade. Don't hesitate. Like, we had beautiful trades that we took last week, like very beautiful trades. Like, I had a nice trade on Bitcoin. I had a nice trade on AUD USD. I had a nice trade on GDP USD. I had a nice trade on USD. And all these guys, all these reached their targets. All these trades I'm talking about, they reached their targets, and I was hammering from like 300 pips, 200 pips. Like, for example, on Bitcoin, I had like 300, about 300 pips on Bitcoin alone. So you guys, once you actually identify your setup, don't even hesitate to trade these setups, because this strategy works. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, this is the best strategy you're going to find, because you're trading with the banks, you're trading with smart money. You're not trading against them. Okay? And when you're trading like that, find that there's a high probability of that actually working out, and trading the other way. This explains why a lot of people actually lose money. No wonder 95% of traders lose money is because they trade the other way. They try to trade against the big money, the big guys in the game. And you trade like that, I'm telling you, you will never be you'll never be in the 5%. Okay, and that's what you're trying. All of us are trying to do. I'm trying to be in that 5% that actually works. That actually makes money in the market. So in order to do that, first of all, you need to make sure that you're trading the right way. If you don't trade the right way, you're going to be you're going to be a statistic as well. You're going to be in the 95%. So make sure that you're actually doing the best. So we've given two examples of when price is actually very low in the curve. Now let's try and look for areas. Let's look for uh, where price is when, for example, when price is in the demand zone. I mean, in the supply zone, and when the price is, yeah, in the other examples. Let's look at Euro USD. Let's look at Euro USD. Like, I can talk about the trade that we had last week. Okay, let's see what we have here. So you guys, it's very important you actually understand this. And if you don't, please, you can leave a comment in the comment box. You can contact me from either my Facebook, my Instagram, my also, yeah, or my Telegram channel. You can actually inbox me from any of those platforms. I will help. If you need mentorship, we can also help you in that. If you also need signals, not just signals with setups, proper setups, okay? Not just signals where someone just tells you buy here, sell here, stop loss there. Now, I'll give you the reason why you're going to buy at that level and what you look for, not just telling you no, buy here, sell here. Nah, nothing like that, okay? So let me give you an example here. So for example, I'll just analyze with you here. If you look right here, the big move before that big move, you can do like this. This can be a level here, right? So this is the previous candle before the big drop. Okay, this is the previous candle before the big drop. So we label it like that. Because this becomes our what? Our supply zone, right? This is supply zone. So if this is our supply zone, and yeah, if this is our supply zone right now, and forget this all happened, right? Like, forget everything happened here. So what you're going to do is, unfortunately, I only have sell set up for next week. I don't have a lot of buy opportunities. Like, all the 8 trades I've analyzed, they're all sell orders. And again, yeah, let me just give you this example. So when price is right now, For example, price just dropped here, and you look at, okay, since that price just dropped here, you ask yourself, so price is right here, right? So what you're going to do is ask yourself, where is price currently? Price is at the very high, meaning it's in the supply zone. The next demand zone is below here. What do? You get your tool, you measure like this, you do like that. After doing that, what are you going to, then you ask yourself, why is price, as you have known already, price is already high in the curve, meaning you're only looking for what? For selling opportunities. Take this out, and what you do simply is look for buying opportunities at this level, and you wait for price to come to that level, and it gives you nice confirmation there, nice rejection. Then we had a very big drop. Okay, so the first drop was this. So you would have easily just gone to a lower time frame and waited for price to actually give you a confirmation. So if you do that, you come here and just maximize this. You go that like that. You come here. Yeah, after price dropped, it came to this level several times. Actually, gave you a triple bottom, if you can, a triple top. Like price respected this level like 1, 2, and 3 times. And then after that, we had a nice pin formation there, then a big drop. So this was going to be your signal to enter. We had a nice trade here. So because you know this is a supply zone, and this is where you're going to sell from. You sell, put your stop loss just above that level, and your target is going to be on the next demand level. Okay, you know the goodness with supply and demand, you can have a big, I mean a wide risk to reward ratio because we know that price moves from one demand level to another supply level, just like that. That's how price moves. It's from one zone to another zone. So when you understand that, you can actually have big targets. Okay, and just need to be patient because price usually will eventually reach at that level. Okay, so identify those levels. So you see you have had a nice trade here, a nice sell trade. After price was in your zone, just wait for confirmation and you sell. Okay, like that. Now, what happens if price is in the middle? Okay, price, you find that actually price is here. Price is in the intermediate, in between supply and demand. Again, what you do, you draw a level. You draw a level like that, come to this level, extend it. Find that price is currently at this level. What do? When price is in the middle, you trade with a trend. You trade with it in the direction of the major trend. And right now, the major trend is where it's down. So what do? You look for valid setups. Okay. So if price was here right now, you look at, okay, do I have any zone that I can actually trade? So I'll look for supply zones for where price can actually come. So if we're trading this zone, so price respected this level. So if you just look to your left, you actually realize that price actually came to this level and dropped. So when price is in the middle like that, you can just look for where price is. If it's in the middle, look to your left and see if there's any supply zone that you can actually trade from. And price came nicely from this level and then dropped, kept on dropping until this level. So remember, either trade with a trend or you stay away until you wait for price to come either to this level or to that level. But I would encourage you that you can actually just look for opportunities to trade in the direction of the trend by either finding valid supply zones or demand zones. So just like that. It's as simple as that, you guys. I've given you 3 examples. When price is in the supply zone, which is the very high, and when price is in the middle, where you trade with the direction of the trend, and when price is where price is actually in the very low, which is price is in the demand zone. So I've not given you 2 things. I've not given you when price is in the high and when price is in the low. Let me try to find another example for you guys. Let's see if we can find another example that we can actually demonstrate this on. I hope we can find another example that we can actually do this from. Let me look at GDP USD. Let me look at this. So you guys, I hope really you are finding value in this. I hope you are finding value in this. which I really hope you do, because this is actually very informative. I'm telling you guys, this is God. What I'm giving you right now is God, and the least you can do for us is just subscribe, hit the like, hit that bell notification, share it with your friends, okay, so that all of us can make money. No, it's not good to be selfish, guys. Let's help each other grow. Let's help each other make money. Forex has got so much money that all of us can share. Okay, you don't have to be greedy in anything. Okay, so let's just make sure that we're doing our part so that we get the money. All right. Yeah, I've got a very nice example of where price is in the low, not very low, but just low. Okay, so you guys can see I have my demand zone here. I have my demand zone here, and let me just draw my supply zone from this level. So my major supply zone can be there. Okay, let's just write that one as my our supply zone. So that's our supply zone, right? What do? You come from here, the distal, then the proximal to the distal, like that. Realize that price is not really in the demand zone, and I have a little space before price reaches my zone. Okay, so what would I do? So meaning price is in the low. It's not in the very low, but in the low of the zone. So what I'll do is I'll go to the lower time frame. So I can go to my uh, lower time frame, and since I have some room before price comes to the demand zone, I'll look for selling opportunities so that price I can take I can actually take price to the lower side. Okay, so therefore I'll look for valid supply zones. I'll look to trade valid supply zones because price I still have some room before price can actually come to this level. You see, I still have this room here before price can come here. So what I'll do is I'll just look for valid zones. So I have a zone here where I'm expecting price to actually give me something like this. Price to come to this zone here. After this, then price can drop to this level. Okay, and this is how you trade. You can just come here and wait for price to be here. Once price comes there, okay, already this is a nice 1 to 4. Actually, not even 1 to 4. This is a 1 to 6, you guys. You can take advantage like this. 1 to 6, meaning you're actually risking 13 pips to make 85 pips, and you have 85 pips before price can come to this level. So when price is in the low, what do? You go to a lower time frame, and if you have some room before price goes to the demand zone, just go to a lower time frame and find valid tradable supply zones where price is going to come to before dropping. And trying to find that level, just trade, just as simple as this. And this becomes another supply zone, because we know that at this level, we know that at demand zone price is going to reverse. Therefore, I already have my charts there, just waiting for price to actually do what I think it's going to do. Once it does what I think it's going to do, I'm just going to take my trades. As simple as that. Remember, never trade these levels blindly. Never should you ever trade these levels blindly. Always wait for confirmation. As you can see, I have my setup already. I want to buy once price comes to this level, but price is not yet at that level. Therefore, I cannot buy. Therefore, I'll go to my lower time frame and look for valid supply zones so that I can trade and take price where to the demand zone, so that I'll buy from the demand zone. You guys, it's as simple as that. Let me see if I'm going to find another example for when price is in the high, not very high, but just high. Yeah, let me look at that. Let me look at Bitcoin actually. Let me look at Bitcoin. Yeah, let me look at Bitcoin. Let's see what happens. What is happening with BTC USD? BTC USD. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Okay, okay, okay. Let me see. So always start from your higher time frame. So let's start with the daily. So that we actually this one will do since this is the last example I'm showing you guys. Let's do the complete analysis together. If you've been watching my videos, you realize that actually we've been doing this, and we do this analysis. Okay, so and next is actually moving. So what do we do? Let's identify our levels first. Let's identify our supply and demand levels. So if you reach this far, you're actually very lucky because you watch me do this live. So where is our demand zone, our supply zone? So the last bearish candle before the before the bearish move. So the last bullish candle before the bearish move is going to be this candle here. Of course, there are different methods of trading this. You can actually do what? You can actually cover the whole consolidation. Okay, whatever works for you, just like that. Okay, we've got a zone here. And we also have another zone just where price is currently at. Okay, so we can actually just cover this like that. So this is our this is my supply zone. This is my supply zone, and yeah, and another supply zone is there, right? And then where is my demand zone? My demand zone is below here. Okay, remember this is the day time frame. So this is my demand zone. Just label that. Demand. So you guys, it's very important for you to actually label these levels, okay? So that every time you open it, you're able to see where price is and what you can do. So you ask yourself, where is price currently? So depending on which level you're willing to use, either this level here or this level here, depending on which one you're going to use. By the way, I'm I'm going to do a separate video on. I think I actually did, but I'm going to do a separate video on telling you guys which ones are better, which types of supply zones and demand zones are better. The ones which are formed from a drop-based drop, or and rally-based rally, or those which are actually formed from a drop-based rally and rally-based drop. So I'm going to do a separate video that can explain which ones are better, and yeah. So for in this case, I might not trust this drop-based drop. Okay, it can cause price to go down, yeah, but in the sake of this example, I'm going to just delete this. I'm going to ignore this drop-based drop. I'm going to focus on that one there, the rally based drop. Okay, so we'll do that. So we have our zones here with our demand zone. This is actually going to be the fake example with our demand zone here and with our supply zone here. And what do? You get this, and from the proximal to the distal, you ask yourself, where is price currently at? So this is very high, high, intermediate, and low, and very low. So as you can see, price is in the high, not yet in the very high, not yet at our supply zone. Okay, so you guys, what did you say? We ask yourself, right? Like, do you have enough room before price reaches the next supply zone? And you know that the trend right now is up. So do we have room before price comes to that level? Okay. So if the answer is yes, you have room, what you're going to do is you're going to go to your lower time frame and find tradable demand zones. Okay, you're going to go to your lower time frame and find tradable demand zones, valid tradable demand zones, so that you can actually buy when price comes back to that level. So we've got a rally base rally here. So a zone has been formed here. So what we can actually do is just wait for price to do something like this. So we can wait for price to retrace to this level and then buy. We know that we are buying, but bearing in mind that there's a supply zone on top of that level there. We know that there's a supply, there's actually a level where price is supposed to go to, right? So it's as simple as that. So if you have some room, then wait for price to retrace. And once price gives that a retracement, you can buy. Okay, because you still have room before price comes to this level there. You have about 100 pips before price goes to that level, reaches your supply zone. Okay, so you can just wait for a retracement and then buy, because you still have room before price comes to that level. Okay, so it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that, you guys. Let me look for another example. Index. Let me look at the DXY. Let me look at the DXY my index. I hope this is really help you guys. I hope you are really finding value in this, which I really hope you do, because you guys, like, this is very important. Okay, this is some really important stuff that when you once you practice and master, it becomes very important, because this strategy is very good. Like, I can't lie, like, it's very good. It's one of those strategies where it has a very high win rate. You have a very high win rate when you're trading supply and demand, you guys. I really encourage you to actually learn this strategy, master it, do everything possible, okay, and master this strategy, because this strategy is the real deal. I know there's no holy grail out there, but this one comes close. I'm telling you, it comes very close, because you are trading with the big guys. You're not trading against them. Okay, so let me go to my daily. This is DXY right now. This is DXY, and let me just do that. We draw our supply and demand zones together again. So right now, let's do a quick one. So why did price reverse from? So come out from this level, meaning this is my last bearish before the bullish move. That's my level there. So I'll cover this like that, and just delete these other things here. Okay, let me delete this. So we have our supply zones there. So we label that as supply zone, yeah, and let's find our demand zone. So our demand zone is somewhere below here. So we had a demand zone right here. So where price reversed from, so we had the level here like that. Okay, where actually price came and respected and went to the upside. So yeah, that's your demand zone, right? So we label that. And I know you guys, you keep seeing me insisting on labeling this level. It's very important. Whenever you label, your actually starts to look clean and pleasing to your eye. Yeah, so I like it like this. So what do? You draw it from your proximal to the distal level, right? Like this. You ask yourself, where is price currently? Okay. So if you look at this, I can cover this. So you can realize that actually the price is on our supply zone. It's very high in the curve. So when price is very high in the curve, you don't think about anything else. What you're going to look for is selling opportunities. Just going to look for confirmation to sell. Okay. So you can remove this and go to your lower time frame. So you can see even from the daily chart, you can see that there was a very nice rejection of that level there, which is just tells you that this is a nice, very nice level. Okay, very nice level. So you go to your lower time frame and you look for what? Look for, let's see if you can going to find demand supply zones at that level, or just look for confirmation. Okay, do you have any other supply zone? Price kind of went above this, meaning the only valid supply zone was actually the same one we saw on the higher time frame. And here, just look for confirmation. So from here, you can actually see some nice candle formation here. So we had actually this pin bar formation, which it looks like, again, it looks like a shooting star on the doji, and then we had a nice bearish candle there. So when you add these three, this is an evening star, and this alone is just a pin bar, which is a shooting star, and already this is a confirmation that price is going to drop. So basically what I'm expecting this whole week on the dollar, I'm expecting to drop. So I'm going to look for selling opportunities on the dollar. Okay, so all those currency pairs where the dollar is on the court currency, is a court currency pair, I'm going to sell. I'm going to look for selling opportunities because DXY is right at the supply zone, and it's evident by these candle rejections there. So it's as simple as that. Okay, from here, I have my confirmation to sell. I just come here like that. My stop loss is going to be slightly just above the supply zone. So always keep it like that. Supply zone just there. And my next level is the next level of sub demand. Okay, so you can actually, so the final target can be here. The final target can be very large actually, but what you're going to do is you're going to be mindful of this turning point, like this turning point here, that turning point there. So you're going to be mindful of those levels. Okay, be mindful of those levels because those levels can actually make price to actually turn. So this can be probably your first target, your second target can be here, your third target, like that. You can actually hold this for a month as long as it continues to what, to drop. Of course, you can, as price is actually going in your favor, the best thing you can do for yourself is actually trail the stop loss behind structures, because we've seen that price right now is where is at supply zone, and from that supply zone area, the only thing going to expect is price to drop. And if price continues to do that, the best thing we can do for ourselves in order to actually gain more from our chart, from our trade, is actually just holding on to that trade and keep on trading the stop loss below structures. So I hope you guys, this is very helpful to you. I really hope you've actually understood this, which I think is not really complicated. Yeah. So remember, guys, just in summary, so price can either be in three areas, right? Very high, meaning supply zone, and when the price is at the supply zone, you look for selling opportunities. You look just for confirmation to sell. When price is high in the trading curve, you look for, ask yourself these questions. Okay, do I have room before price comes to the supply zone? If you still have some room, look for demand levels to trade on a lower time frame and buy so that you can actually take a profit before price comes to the supply level. Okay, if you don't have any room, look for valid supply zones to sell. Okay, when price is in the middle, in the intermediate area, what you're going to do is look to trade with a trend. Okay, so if price is going down, you're going to look for supply zones to sell. If price is going up and it's in the middle, you look for demand zones to buy. Simple as that. So when price is trading in the low of the curve, what you do is you look for, again, just like this one, if there's you still have some room before price comes to the demand zone, look for valid supply zones to buy, valid supply zones to sell, so that price can come to the what? To the demand zones where you're going to buy from. Okay? And if there's no room to actually, there's no room between the where price is currently trading and the demand zone, therefore just look for valid demand zones and confirmation to buy. Okay, and if price is in the very low area, meaning price is actually trading from the demand zone, and what you're going to look for is just valid confirmation to actually trade, take your trade. Okay, and you guys remember, this is very important as well. Go to your MetaTrader, I mean MT4, or you can actually go to your trading view and input these settings. Okay, just go to your settings and input these settings, and just the same figures. It's going to help you actually when it comes to drawing, using that trading curve, so that you can actually give you exact uh exact like the length of those zones are going to be the same. Okay, with time, with experience, you realize that you won't actually need that, and you can actually just actually look at the chart and know, okay, price right now is actually trading from my very low, or it's actually in the low, or it's in the middle. It's actually very easy to tell. So eventually you won't need that one. Yeah. Otherwise, if you guys have actually reached to this end, I thank you so much. And please, I ask that you actually subscribe, like our videos, uh, comment in the comment section if it's something that you actually understand. If you're actually enjoying our content, please also let us know in the comment section. Share it with your friends. Subscribe, invite your friends to subscribe, because we're going to keep on producing valuable content, and let's make money, all of us. Let's all make money, okay? And also, if you need more information on this, please, you can contact me via my Facebook page, my Telegram, and my WhatsApp, and the links will be down in the description. And if you want to check out our broker, our favorite broker, Easy Forex, please, the link is in the description. Hit that link and also be able to enjoy those free bonus, welcome bonus, and the free deposit bonus once you actually create your account. All right, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys, and I wish you all the very best starting next week. And until next time, it's goodbye.